Welcome to USA Today Coins. In today's video, we're diving into a fascinating coin that has surprised collectors with its rarity, hidden value, and unique features that make it worth thousands of dollars. Let's take a closer look at what makes this coin so special. This 1968 Roosevelt Dime might look ordinary at first glance, but certain era varieties from this year can bring in hundreds to even thousands of dollars at auction. What collectors hunt for are rare minting mistakes that slipped past quality control at the Denver Mint. One of the most valuable finds is the missing clad layer error, where either the front or back of the dime is struck on a copper core instead of the full clad composition. These stand out instantly thanks to their reddish-brown copper color and a noticeably lighter weight. Another profitable variety is the off-center strike, where part of the design is pushed toward the rim, sometimes cutting off key features. The more dramatic the shift, the more valuable the piece. You should also watch for broad strikes, where the coin is struck without the collar and spreads outward, and weak or missing mint mark anomalies, since the placement issues are known on some 1960s dimes. Any of these errors, especially in sharp, uncirculated condition, can turn this simple 10-cent piece into a high-demand collectible worth serious money. Next, we have our number 2 coin, the 1989 Roosevelt Dime. This 1989 D-Dime might be a modern piece, but certain rare errors from this year can push its value from pocket change to $500, $1,000, and in extreme cases even more, depending on the severity of the mistake. One of the biggest moneymakers is the off-center strike error. If the coin is struck 10% to 60% off-center and the date remains visible, collectors will pay a premium. The further the design drifts toward the edge, the higher the value climbs. Another valuable variety is the double die error, especially on the date motto or Roosevelt's profile. Doubling on the lettering or the torch on the reverse can bring serious attention from error specialists. Keep an eye out for clipped planchets, where a crescent-shaped portion is missing from the coin. These are easy to spot and can be worth over $100 depending on size and sharpness. And the holy grail for this year? Strikes on the wrong planchet, such as a dime struck on a copper cent blank. These are extremely rare and can reach four-figure prices instantly. Even though 1989 D-dimes are common, these mistakes turn an everyday coin into a thrilling, high-value discovery that keeps collectors constantly searching. Next, we have our number 3 coin, the 1993 Roosevelt Dime. This 1993 Dime might seem like just another modern circulation coin, but certain rare production mistakes from the Philadelphia Mint can turn it into a $300 to even $1,500 plus jackpot, depending on the intensity of the error. One of the most desirable is a missing clad layer error, where one side appears copper colored because the nickel layer didn't bond properly. These coins are instantly recognizable and can sell for several $100s in high grade. Collectors also chase off-center strikes, especially anything over 20% off-center with the date still visible. Dramatic misalignments can push values close to or past the $1,000 mark. Don't overlook the double die reverse varieties, where doubling can appear on the torch, the flame, or the lettering like E pluribus unum. Any strong, eye-visible doubling is highly collectible. Another sleeper hit is the weak strike / grease-filled die error, where letters or parts of Roosevelt's face fade or vanish due to clogged dies. While common in minor form, sharp examples with missing details can bring surprising premiums. This coin proves that even a 1990s dime can have hidden treasures. You just need the right error to unlock big value. Next, we have our number 4 coin, the 1977 No-Mintmark Roosevelt Dime. This 1977 dime is already interesting because it carries no mint mark, a feature normally seen on Philadelphia-struck coins before the P was added to dimes in 1980. While the no mint mark itself is normal for this year, certain era varieties from 1977 can turn this dime into a piece worth $400, $800, and in rare dramatic cases, over $2,000. One of the top moneymakers is the full brockage error, where one side of the coin shows a mirrored, backwards impression of the opposite design. These are extremely rare and instantly jump into four-figure territory. Another serious find is the off-center strike, especially anything 30% or more off. If the date remains visible, collectors go wild and values climb fast. Look for clip planchets too, straight clips, curved clips, or multiple clips on a single coin. Strong, clean clips with fully formed rims can easily bring in a few $100s. And finally, there are the die cap and struck-through errors, where the coin may take on a bowl shape or show imprints from foreign material stuck to the die. These dramatic mistakes always bring premium bidding from error enthusiasts. A simple 1977 dime can be a sleeper, but catch the right error and you're holding a surprisingly valuable treasure. Next, we have our number 5 coin, the 2001 P. Roosevelt Dime. This 2001 P dime may be modern, but some of the error varieties from this year can explode in value, turning a 10-cent coin into a $300, $800, and occasionally $1,500 plus collectible when the right mistake appears. One of the most desirable finds is the missing clad layer error. When the nickel layer peels away or fails to bond, the coin will show a copper-colored side and weigh noticeably less than normal. Strong, clean missing layer examples can pull in several $100s. Another high-value error is the off-center strike, especially anything over 20 to 40% off. If the date is still visible, collectors pay strong premiums. The more dramatic the shift, the more dramatic the price. Also watch closely for double die obverse or reverse varieties. Doubling on the date, the word liberty, or the torch in lettering on the reverse can make this otherwise common dime worth big money, especially when the doubling is bold to the naked eye. Don't forget about struck-through errors, where foreign material like grease, cloth, or metal debris interferes with the strike. These can flatten or erase details, and the more dramatic the effect, the more collectors chase it. Even though billions of 2001 P dimes were produced, the rare errors hidden among them keep treasure hunters searching, and the payoff can be surprisingly high. Next, we have our number 6 coin, the 1999 D. Roosevelt Dime. This 1999 D dime might be a late 90s modern piece, but certain high-grade errors from this year can turn a pocket change dime into a $400, $900, and occasionally over $1,500 treasure when the right mint mistake appears. One of the biggest score makers is the wrong-planchet error, where the coin is struck on a copper cent planchet or even a foreign coin blank. These are instantly recognizable by their smaller size, different weight, or off-color appearance, and they always attract serious bidders. Another valuable find is the major off-center strike. Anything 25% to 60% off-center with the date still visible becomes an error collector's dream. Dramatic misstrikes from this year have brought in close to 4 figures at auction. You should also look for clip planchets, especially large curved clips or double clips. Clean, well-formed clips with strong rims can easily hit the several $100 mark. There's also demand for double die errors, especially doubling on liberty, the date, or the reverse lettering around the torch. Strong, naked-eye doubling is rare for the late 90s, so any bold variety becomes extremely collectible. And one more sleeper to watch for, struck through grease or debris errors. These can wipe out parts of Roosevelt's face, the motto, or reverse lettering. While mild versions are common, dramatic, eye-catching examples can bring solid premiums. This 1999 D dime proves that even a modern coin can hold hidden value if the right error slipped past a mint. Next, we have our number 7 coin, the 1984 D Roosevelt Dime. Although 1984, D dimes are generally common, certain rare errors can skyrocket their value, sometimes ranging from $300 to $1,200 or more, depending on the type and severity of the mistake. One of the most sought-after errors is the off-center strike. If the design shifts 20 to 50% toward the rim and the date remains fully readable, collectors pay a premium. The more dramatic the offset, the higher the value climbs. Another valuable variety is a double die obverse or reverse, especially noticeable doubling on liberty, the torch, or the motto, E pluribus unum. Bold, eye-visible doubling can push this dime into serious collectible territory. Watch for clip planchets, both straight and curved, as well as missing clad layer errors. Coins showing the copper core on one side due to a missing nickel layer can fetch hundreds of dollars in top condition. Finally, rare struck-through errors, where grease, debris, or other material blocks part of the design, can create dramatic, collectible effects. The sharper and more obvious the anomaly, the more attention it attracts from collectors. Even in 1984, D-Dime can hide a valuable mistake, making it a thrilling find for error coin enthusiasts. Next, we have our number 8 coin, the 1998 P. Roosevelt Dime. On the surface, the 1998 P-Dime is a common modern coin, but certain rare errors can turn it into a collector's gem worth anywhere from $250 to $1,200, depending on the type and condition. One of the most sought-after varieties is the off-center strike. If the coin is misaligned 20% to 50%, and the date remains fully visible, it immediately becomes a high-value piece. The more extreme the offset, the higher the collector demand. Another major error to watch for is the double die obverse or reverse. Doubling on the date, Liberty, or the torch and lettering on the reverse can dramatically increase value, especially when the doubling is bold and obvious without magnification. Clipped planchets are another treasure hunting target. Large, clean crescent or straight edge clips can fetch hundreds of dollars, particularly if the rim remains fully formed. Finally, keep an eye out for struck-through errors, where grease, debris, or other material interrupts the design. Coins with dramatic missing elements or flattened features are highly collectible. Even though millions of 1998 P-Dimes were minted, the rare errors hidden among them keep collectors searching. And when you find one, the payoff can be substantial. Next, we have our number 9 coin, the 1963 D. Roosevelt Dime. While the 1963 D-Dime is generally common in circulation, certain rare mint errors can make this coin extremely valuable, with prices ranging from $400 to over $1,500, depending on severity and type of error. One of the most valuable mistakes is the off-center strike. Coins misaligned 20% to 50% with the date still visible are highly sought after, and dramatic shifts toward the rim can push the price into 4 figures. Another notable variety is the double die obverse or reverse. Doubling on Roosevelt's profile, the torch, or inscriptions like Liberty and E Pluribus Unum makes the coin extremely collectible, especially when the doubling is bold and clearly visible to the naked eye. Collectors also hunt for clipped planchets, where a section of the coin is missing due to a misfeed in the minting process. Large, clean clips with fully formed rims can command high prices. Finally, rare struck-through errors caused by debris or grease interfere with the strike can create coins with partially missing details. The more dramatic and eye-catching the anomaly, the more collectors are willing to pay. Even a dime from 1963 can hide a valuable secret, making error hunting both exciting and potentially very profitable. From the 1960s all the way to the 2000s, Roosevelt dimes hide incredible secrets in the form of rare errors. Whether it's a missing layer off-center strike or dramatic die mistake, spotting these coins can turn a small dime into a valuable collector's treasure. Keep hunting, and who knows, your next find could be worth thousands.